We are the energies of Sandalphon coming from the highest part of the heavens and connected deep into the earth. And we are very pleased tonight to answer this beautiful question about how to help others who are in perhaps a different vibrational reality to that in which you, as friend or partner or family member of these people may be, and the question itself about how to help those who are perhaps in this third dimensional space is to hold your vibration at the highest level and to practice deep love and compassion for those who may not recognize that practices such as you have described of being in nature or other spiritual practices may not be on their radar or even in their awareness. And we would encourage you to remember that your own vibration is your responsibility, and you have the honor and the privilege of knowing spiritual practices that can most uplift you and keep you in the higher vibrational frequencies. And sometimes when you look at friends or partners or other loved ones and you see that they are struggling, because you are sensitive beings, you may feel yourself falling into their reality in the hope that if you were to delve into their awareness or their reality, you would be able to pull them up into where you are and into the emotions and the bliss and the happiness that you are feeling. However, this is not quite the way that you can actually support them. It is not quite the right focus. We would make a slight adjustment here and say that in holding your frequency, you can, by a process called entrainment, allow their frequency to merge or to be uplifted by yours. However, this only happens when you are able to hold the highest and strongest frequency yourself. And if you focus too much on what may be a negative reality of another person, and if you allow your sensitivity to be pulled down or pulled off track by someone else's thoughts, beliefs, or emotions, and you find yourself being frustrated or angry, or perhaps you feel it could be annoyed that they are not taking time for themselves when they appear to be exhausted, then these negative emotions that you are feeling are pulling your vibrational frequency down. So imagine you're playing a piano at the highest notes, and in those high notes, you are feeling very happy and connected to the piano, and you feel like the sound is emanating out and is making a positive difference, that people are hearing the music and they're feeling uplifted. But then you notice your friend or loved one is having a bad and stressful day, and you feel yourself noticing and feeling their stress or worrying about them and wondering why they're not taking time to look after themselves. And as you do, you're playing the notes of this piano are going lower and lower, and you're taking your own vibration down into their level. And rather than them raising themselves to meet you, you are falling down into their exhaustion. And so we would caution that this is a beautiful question for that reason, that it allows you to maintain a distinction between your energy field and the energy field of anyone who, whether or not you care about them, but particularly with loved ones, friends and families and partners, your feelings for them and your closeness to them sometimes causes you to lose a bit of yourself and to merge into a oneness with them, whereby your both vibrations become a little bit muddied, rather than you keeping your boundary of your vibration, your uplifted heart, your compassion and your generosity, and your vision of the other person in their highest and best place. These practices will allow you to maintain a beautiful vibrational boundary. And then through your compassion and the way you interact with your friend, you are energetically inviting them into a space of being uplifted. They may or may not take that invitation. It is as if you are giving them an invitation to dinner. They may say, no, I'm too busy and too exhausted. And they may remain in their own frequency. And you cannot make them or force them to join a different place, space, vibration, or energy. You can, of course, talk to them about how they might be feeling and offer them some suggestions. However, it is their choice whether they take on any practices that you recommend or not. For example, you may invite them for a walk in nature with you, or into a space of uplifting music, or perhaps a place where you have fun, play, comedy, and laughter, and they may choose to join you or not. And all you can do is your best to see them at their highest frequency. And of course, you can offer prayers for any other person at any time. And these prayers are always a way that helps you to connect with the divine frequency. For prayers and song and laughter and kindness and generosity are all activities that uplift you to the highest vibrational space. And particularly, gratitude is a practice that opens the heart frequency. And the heart frequency is one of the primary tools that causes your energy and your vibration to uplift itself into the highest place. You may be familiar with the scale of consciousness as developed by Dr. David Hawkins in a book called Power versus Force. And in this book, he identified different frequencies of emotion and consciousness, and they resonate at different speeds of energetic movement, in the same way that different musical notes are a different movement. And so if one is feeling despair or guilt or shame, this would be described as a low frequency, and energetically it does not feel very pleasant for the human to be in that space. And yet the frequency of happiness, joy, and bliss, and those feelings are much more pleasant, and the frequency of the energy and the color and the texture is quite different. And so because the human life operates in these polarities between these lower emotions or energies and those which are a higher place, feeling, and frequency, then everyone moves between them. And yet there are practices which help you to release those lower frequencies and to feel more happy and uplifted, kind of like a divine antidepressant. And so gratitude is a powerful practice about which there is much research on your earth, and many teachers have recommended that you sit in your heart repeating everything that you are grateful for. And the different machines that are on the earth have measured heart coherence frequency, and they have shown through their research that when practicing gratitude, the human energy field and the movement of the heart, the actual beating of the heart, physical heart, and the movement in the energetic surrounding part of the physical body becomes, we call it coherent. It means that the waves are soft and even rather than jagged and ragged. And you can no doubt research and look at this and be able to see those frequencies in picture form. And so this would be one practice we could recommend in answer to your question about how to help people who are in a lower and more stressed state, is that if they ask you or you offer and they are interested in learning some techniques, this is a simple one that anyone can practice at any time by simply breathing into their heart and thinking about everything they are grateful for. And they will feel the shift within their energy field and within their emotions, and they will start to feel more calm and peaceful. The other powerful practice, which is also proven to cause a release of happy chemicals in the body, of course, is the practice of laughing, which we know on earth has been very much associated with jokes, humor, and comedy. And yet, the practice of laughter yoga is an exercise-based system founded by the Indian medical doctor who has developed ways of encouraging the body to laugh without jokes, humor, or comedy. And as you learn to practice your own capacity to allow your body to laugh at any time, this physical activity creates a release of your happy chemicals of endorphin, serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin. And this happy chemical mix helps your brain to release stress, your body to release stress, your immune system to release stress. It lowers your blood pressure. It stabilizes your emotions, and it helps you to release and forget traumatic memories or situations. And so there are many simple practices that can be utilized quite easily by everyone, and they are free. Your laughter is something you can do on your own at any time, or of course by watching funny movies or comedy or any way of being with friends who make you laugh. And all of these practices will help you to hold that uplifting vibration so that your friends, family, and those who may be in a more stressed state will start to feel themselves being uplifted by your energy. It is also important to remember that if you, in your desire to help these ones who are your loved friends and family, if in your mind you are in any way believing they should be taking a different action or feel yourself criticizing them, this thinking process will lower your vibration. And so it is important to have compassion and gratitude for all that they may be as a human and as a person, and to focus yourself on their gifts and talents and the ways that they are a gift to the world. And this will help you to improve your relationship with these people. We would also like to remind you that this question arises from your own deep love and compassion, and that we appreciate and send much love to the desire inherent in this question to help and serve others who may be struggling and not be easily able to access the tools and gifts that perhaps you have available to you. And so in that sense, we thank you for that question. At this point, the question can be a collective one or a personal one, although the personal questions may be a shorter answer, but we do not mind on this time with who is here, bearing in mind the answers will be in a public arena. So your choice, otherwise individual sessions can be arranged. If there are any follow-up questions, perhaps to this one that has been answered, can be shared, or anything else. Maybe we'll just pause for a minute and see if there's anything else here. Just pause. And so the question about the polarization that is being experienced in the world and ways to help and support oneself is again a beautiful and a timely question. And we of the angelic realm are very present for all of you who are in the human body at this time. And we truly love, appreciate, and salute you for coming forth into human form at this time of great tumult and great upheaval and great uplifting of consciousness. This is a difficult time to be alive as a human. It is a time of transformation which you in your soul journey may not have experienced before. And while there have been many messages to, we would say, forecast or foretell that there would be a time of great turmoil on earth, being in the middle of this turmoil is something that as humans it is difficult to manage, and you are as sensitive souls very much aware of all the different energies and vibrations and emotions, and often feelings that are not even your own. For there is a human collective, we could call it a karmic or a evolution or a process of development that is taking place, which is both individual and collective. And if you think about having a bowl of water and putting a drop of colored essence into that water, which is the water and which is the drop of color? Imagine the way that the color merges into the water. And if you as a human are the drop of color, where do you start and finish in the water of the collective consciousness and the collective emotions of the world? And yet you do have an energetic boundary that you can learn to stabilize and strengthen as you learn spiritual and energetic practices. There are many different ones available. You can learn to tune into your energy field through silent meditation and ask your higher self and your soul to show you and to speak with you. And this is simply a practice that requires some little bit of time each day. In the short term, though, one of the easiest ways to manage the different emotions that are creating a lot of upheaval in our world is to spend some time in nature, in which you truly love and appreciate the beauty of nature. Take a moment to think about the multiple colors of flowers, the variety of fruit that is on the earth. Raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, oranges, kiwi fruit, grapes of every different color. Contemplate what happens in nature for a piece of fruit to be developed and to grow from a seed. And we know that these are done en masse now. However, it still requires that plant and the frequency and the energetic coding and the DNA inside to produce that beautiful end product. And if you truly deeply contemplate the wonders of nature and the way that the ocean stops at the edge of the sand, mostly, unless there is an unusual event, the way the tides move and the sun stays in place, the positioning of the planets, as you know, there is great planetary shifting at the moment, which is having a strong impact on the earth. You can read or investigate the astrology that is happening, and there are many great ones who are speaking about the astrological changes. And as your body, as you know, is made up of a large quantity of water, it responds to the magnetic pull of the planets. And depending on your personal astrology, it may have a greater or a lesser impact. All of this can be investigated as you start to move deeply into knowledge of yourself, not only in a personality way, but as an energy body and as a frequency and as someone who interacts with others. There is much, much beautiful spiritual teaching from many, many teachers on the planet at this time, and you can find the one that resonates with you. Perhaps the teacher who has had similar experiences in life to you may resonate. Those who perhaps have been in professions or had journeys that are similar to yours may be able to offer teachings and experience that resonates with you. But the simple practices can be fallen back on, and these are regulating your nervous system. This can be done with simple breathing exercises. It is important to let the nervous system rest and relax. Focusing on your breath and mindful practices will do this. Breathing into the earth and letting yourself be very grounded. You can use crystals to help you ground. Black obsidian and hematite. You can hold these crystals and imagine you're putting roots into the earth. Grounding at a time of great turmoil is very important. You can look for professional help to manage emotions. Meditation is helpful. Swimming in the ocean, if you happen to be near the ocean, is a very cleansing practice for your energy field. And different frequencies of music that are uplifting, that are sacred sounds that you feel resonate with your heart can be practiced. So there is much that can be done to help you to regulate your nervous system, your emotions, and then you will want to manage your mind, which might like to take you on a journey of either self-pity or criticism of others or doom and gloom that the world is coming to an end. We assure you this is not the case. This is not the end of the world. This is the end of old systems, perhaps, but a new world is birthing itself, and that is a new world of frequency and vibration. It is not a physical destruction of your planet Earth. This will not happen. And many others have also been giving this same message across the planet, that what is being birthed is a new form of energetic frequency, and it will take place, and it will reveal that which does not resonate. And so being loving and compassionate will help the journey of every human. And finding the good news, because listening to the negative news, which is of course the loudest voice on your planet, will not help you to relax, and it will not help your nervous system to get rid of the fear that is being encouraged through the stories that are being, we want to say, bombarded into the planet, when there is bombardment of love and high frequencies that you perhaps need to search for before you can find them, but they are there for those who wish to find them and to share the good news stories. We would highly recommend sharing uplifting stories of happiness and generosity, for there are many. At this time, we will finish this particular message transmission, and we offer you much love and encouragement on your spiritual journey. And remember that sometimes the most simple practices of kindness, helping others, focusing on the well-being of others, being in nature, being in the ocean, planting yourself like a tree, eating healthy food, drinking plenty of purified water, and being kind to yourself, understanding that you are in a great time of transformation that will not be finished in one day. It will take some time. So doing your best to also have fun and connect with like-minded people. And we will encourage you to give yourselves much love and appreciation for all that you are doing. And it is with much love and encouragement now that we will say goodbye for now. Very good. So, oops, somebody else came and I didn't see them. Sorry. I'm sorry to say that if you happen to arrive past the time that our Zoom starts, I may not see you arrive if I have my eyes closed. I do my best to open and check in. If you're listening to this recording later on, welcome. This is the Chamundai channel where we send and channel uplifting messages, answers to your questions. I'm also available for individual sessions. I run spiritual retreats in India. The next one's in April. All the details are on my website and the details below. So I will finish this up for now and I will see you again very soon.